But moving on to our show tonight, the big chunk is that luckily we're so lucky to have Stephin Merritt come to the studio / my apartment today to chat and to sing a song. So let's see the tape of that. I'm very excited. Hope you enjoy it.
This is called the Nun's Litany. I'd do whatever they asked me to. I'd meet people with lots of money, and they would love me like I loved you. I want to be a topless waitress. I want my mother to shed one tear. I'd throw away this old sedate dress, slip into something a tad more sheer. I want to be an artist's model, an odalisque au naturel. I should be good at spin the bottle, while I've still got something left to sell. I want to be a cobra dancer with little Willie between my thighs. I may not find a cure for cancer, but I'll meet plenty of single guys. I want to be a brothel worker. I've always been treated like one. If I could be a backstreet lurker, I'd make more money and have more fun. I want to be a dominatrix, which isn't like me, but I can dream. Learn S&M and all those gay tricks, and men will pay me to make them scream. I want to be a porno starlet, for that I'll wait till mama's dead. I'll see my name in lights of scarlet and get to spend every day in bed. I want to be a tattooed lady, dedicated as I am to art. Characters bold, complex and shady, will write my memoirs across my heart.
Hi, I'm here with Stephin Merritt, a very special guest. Thank you so much for coming. Stephin Merritt is playing at Town Hall in New York. When night do you start?
Thursday?
Thursday, okay. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, they added a fourth date by popular demand.
Yeah.
That's exciting. I'm actually gonna go on Friday, so I'm looking forward to seeing you play.
We play two different sets, so you're really only going to be seeing sort of half of what we're doing.
Okay, what are the different sets that you're doing?
There's no theme or anything.
There's no theme?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool, well, I'll see one of the sets. And your new album is out now. It got great reviews, Distortion. How did you go about sort of approaching this album compared to the other Stephin Merritt albums? Anything different?
Yeah, a lot of distortion. This one sounds less like the Carpenters and more like the Carpenters as heard with the vacuum cleaner on.
Is the distortion, do you use lots of amps or Is it mostly digital?
No, it's not digital at all. We didn't use any effects boxes for the distortion. We used effects boxes, but not for the distortion. We would. So the feedback piano, for example, came from putting a mic into the piano, running it into an amplifier, and wedging the amplifier between the piano and the wall, and turning it up until it was about to feed back. And then when we played the piano, it would feed back.
Do you have fun in the studio doing this? Coming up with new techniques and everything?
Yes, it was definitely fun. And didn't take long, but it took a really long time to mix it.
How much of the time do you say goes into songwriting versus recording albums?
I can work on a song for 10 years, but I wouldn't want to work on an album for... Well, this is my longest album. In gestation, it took 1.5 years. And I would hope that no other album I ever work on will take more than 6 months. It was 1.5 years of pain.
But are you happy with the results?
Yes, or
Yes.
I wouldn't put it out.
All right, great. Well, I like to ask you, I asked you a moment ago some of your favorite songwriters from the present and future, but what about your favorite songwriters from the past? Or people who you try to model yourself after, or do you even model yourself after anyone, or you're just a man writing songs?
I like Irving Berlin.
Anyone else?
I like Stephen Sondheim.
Let's go to Hollywood, because you are bi-coastal now?
Sure am.
Sort of.
I
And
have an apartment in New York, and I have a house for my studio in LA. So finally I have enough space to have more than an upright piano.
Are you so you mentioned that you like seeing films, silent films. Like, what's your part of the film scene in LA?
Well, I go to the silent movie theater. I eat the cupcakes.
Ever any? I know you've done Chinese operas before. You're working on a musical now. Any thought of doing something for film, silent movie scoring or something like that?
My ambition is to do 50 successful Hollywood musicals. But separately, I would like to do silent movie scoring. I keep having offers to do them at exactly the wrong moment. Like the only time that year that I actually wouldn't be able to do it. Always the timing is wrong.
Are people making silent films now, or is that back in
Not
vogue?
so much that they're making them, but they're putting them on DVD with scores.
With new scores.
That people are newly making.
What's your ideal silent film to score?
That hasn't already been scored?
That you haven't scored yet.
You mean someone else has already scored it, but
But
I
you
can
just
do
have
it
the
again?
urge, you have the drive to score this film.
There's a really adorable one-reel comedy of a dancing pig, which is called something like The Dancing Pig, only in French.
It's just
Le Swing Foxtrot, or I don't remember. Which is something that I would enjoy scoring.
You said 50 Hollywood musicals. That means movies on the screen, screen musicals like back in the day.
Yeah, or in the future.
In the future?
Yeah, yeah.
Do you think?
I don't think I would probably want to do them MGM style.
Mm-hmm.
I have my own style.
Yes, of course.
That's why they'd be so successful.
Well, so that's only the first part of the interview, and we're definitely going to, at some point, show the rest of it. Maybe tomorrow, maybe not, maybe in a week. You know, we'd like to take things pretty casually on the show, but you'll definitely see more of Stephin Merritt. I hope you enjoyed his song, and